Amen. You may be seated. This time I invite you to join me in taking your personal copy of God's Word, our Pew Bible, and turning with me to the book of Nehemiah. We turn back to Nehemiah this morning, chapter 4. We'll look at the first 14 verses. So Nehemiah 4, chapter 4, verses 1 through 14. Last Sunday was Reformation Sunday and Reformation Day, all fit together in one day, and Thomas preached last Sunday in Philippians 2. So Thomas preached last Sunday and took 5 middle school girls to Bon Clarkin this weekend, so I think he's earning his keep as an intern. But last Sunday he took us to Philippians 2, and to that scriptural call for all Christians that we will always be reforming, reflecting that one of the mottos of the Reformation, Semper Reformanda, always reforming. And so this morning we come back to our series of Nehemiah by looking at chapter 4, verses 1 through 14. As we do that, let me remind you, just a brief reminder of what we looked at a couple weeks back in chapter 3. We looked at this long list of people, of who did what on what part of the wall, who did what work on what part of the wall. And so from that list, we saw a lesson in servant leadership, that the high priest himself, the top of the hierarchy of priests, rolled up the sleeves of his robes and got out there and did work. He didn't just sit there and direct others. We saw that servant leadership that we've already seen in Nehemiah, but also points us to Jesus Christ, who tells us it is better to serve than to be served. And then we looked at that list of names. And that list of names points us to the gospel, that God cared about each of his people, cared enough about them to name them, because they were faithful to him and to his